Hello. This is the first day of Sukkot. Sukkot is the 1 week period of time after Yom Kippur that the Jewish people commemorate their wanderings through the desert when they lived in a temporary structure for 40 years. This is commemorated by building sort of flimsy wooden structures, temporary wooden structures, and covering them with branches. One might ask the question, why would a Gentile be sitting in a Sukkot? You're watching this on the Halachgoy channel of YouTube. I'm a Halachgoy, and you could be one too. Why would a Gentile be sitting in a Sukkot? We learn in the prophecy of Zechariah that after the major battle, when the Mashiach comes, there's a king in Israel, the nations of the world are rallied against Israel at that time. They bring their armies to Israel to destroy it, and basically they are wiped out. After that happens, and it will come to pass that everyone left, that's the people that are not destroyed, of the nations who came up against Jerusalem, will go up from year to year to prostrate himself to the King, the Lord of hosts, and to celebrate the festival of tabernacles. And it shall be that whoever of the families of the earth does not go to Jerusalem to prostrate himself before the King, to the King, the Lord of hosts, upon them there shall be no rain. So the Gentile nations rally against Israel. The nation's armies are wiped out. Everybody that's left from this major battle, anyone who's left over from the nations, are required to go to Israel, to bow down before the King of Israel, and to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. That's this festival that's going on right now with this week. And anybody who does not celebrate the festival of Sukkot, or who does not prostrate himself to the King, will not receive rain. Basically, that means that they're not going to receive their subsistence for that year, which basically means those people will also be wiped out. They'll be destroyed. This is explained a little bit more in the Talmud. The nations will then plead, offer us the Torah anew, and we shall obey it. But the Holy One, blessed is he, will say to them, you foolish among the nations, he who took trouble to prepare on the eve of Sabbath can eat on the Sabbath, but he who has not troubled on the eve of Sabbath, what then shall we eat on the Sabbath? Nevertheless, I have an easy commandment, which is called Sukkot. Go and carry it out. The nations of the world will ask to be allowed in, into the world to come, to have a portion within the world to come. They are told at that time to carry out Sukkot. They are to build structures next to their residence and have branches on top, and to dwell within those structures. Straight away will every one of them betake himself to go and make a booth on top of his roof. But the Holy One, blessed be he, will cause the sun to blaze over them as at the summer solstice. and every one of them will trample down his booth and go away. As it is said, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So it's going to be a very hot day. It'll become very difficult. It'll seem like an easy command, but it'll become a very difficult thing to carry out. And the Gentile people will just throw it away. They're given an opportunity, and they throw it away. Today was about 90 degrees, and the sun was shining, and the leaves are wilting after only a day and a half of being off the tree. I can kind of understand the summer solstice is going to be much hotter, much more oppressive. I'm only in this booth for a short time, and I'm doing other things during the day. It's going to be made difficult for people. The reason we should do this today, the reason Noahites and Gentiles should do this today, is because this is going to be the demarcation between those people that go into the world to come and those people that do not. Will be the ability to spend 1 week in a booth, basically just existing in a booth for 1 week. And that is what is given to the Gentiles for their salvation. It is a good idea to practice now so that when the day comes, we'll be ready. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time. One other thing I wanted to point out, this is very important. When a Gentile does something that is usually considered a Jewish activity, it's very important that we negate it, or we separate ourselves away from it in some manner. For example, if we're involved in the Sabbath, we have to do some kind of work, or we have to do something that on purpose that says, I'm not observing the Sabbath. Certain things are exclusively for the Jewish people. Even though Sukkot will in the future be for Gentiles, at the current time we're only practicing, and it is still a Jewish holiday. We have to do something with our booth or something with our activities that says we are not doing it correctly. When I constructed this, I probably made lots of mistakes, but they were mistakes just because I don't know for certain how to do a lot of this stuff. One thing I am aware of is you're supposed to use unfinished lumber for the roof, and I on purpose used finished lumber, so this is not on purpose. This is not a kosher Sukkot. That's the correct way for Gentiles to do these types of things. Thank you.